Hey, it's SJ and welcome back to my channel. So today's video of On the Net, which is my military series here on my YouTube channel, we're going to be talking about military and politics and where is the line. And there's a reason that I want to talk about this today because there is so much going on in the world right now. COVID-19 happened. I've been in quarantine for at least 90 days. Don't know about everybody else, but it's been going on a while. Asian killer hornets came and gone. Racist protests are now happening. Also riots happening in the street now as well. Oh, and now I have a curfew for 8 p.m. and I live in New York City. So just, there's so many things happening on in the world if you haven't turned on the news. But with everything going on, things have started to become pretty political. And it doesn't help that this is also an election year, which is just fueling the fire on that. And it's so easy now with social media just to type something or post something. And for most people, that's not a problem. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. But for the military, it's different. For the military, there's rules. And I've seen some things on social media that makes me go, I don't know if you should be saying that online. And I hate being one of those people that messages people and saying, you know, be careful. Even if your intentions when you try to help your friends are the best, you don't know how your friends or someone you don't know is going to take it. So I wanted just to make this video because I think there's a lot of unknown about certain military doctrine. Ignorance is not bliss in the military, let me tell you right now, because there's a doctrine for literally everything. I know that I didn't pay as much attention to the rules when it came to military and politics, and so I wanted to make this video today to kind of help share a little bit of where the line is, because there is a line. The purpose of this video is going to be to educate, whether you're military and you're in and you just aren't really like sure. I'm gonna walk you through it, or if you're a civilian and you're watching this and you just wanna understand a little bit more about why the military is the way it is when it comes to certain political things. And if you don't know, UCMJ sucks and having to deal with it. If you don't know what UCMJ is, it stands for a Uniform Code of Military Justice, and it's when you break a military directive, that's when you can get in a lot of trouble with UCMJ, and it's the military's form of judge, jury, and all things law. We're gonna start off with what you can do, and then we're gonna finish it with what you can't do. And then for my commissioned officers, please stay till the end because there is some things in there specifically for you. By the way, I'm not going over every single thing, just the highlights that I think are important. All right, so I printed it out. You can look it up if you want. It's a Department of Defense Directive. It's number 1344.10. I will say there are also differences between what active duty can do and what National Guard and reservists can do. Let's start off with what you can do. A member of armed forces on active duty can register to vote and express a personal opinion on political candidates and issues, but not as a representative of the armed forces. So you have to state, like, this is your personal opinion. Also, don't recommend doing it in uniform. Very much be in civilians. Can join a partisan or non-partisan political club and attend its meetings when not in uniform. You can write a letter to the editor of a newspaper expressing your personal views on public issues or political candidates. If such action is not part of an organized letter-writing campaign or solicitation of votes for or against a political party or partisan political cause or candidate. If the letter identifies the member as active duty, it must state that the views expressed are those of the individual only and not of the Department of Defense. You can make monetary contributions to political organizations, so aka you can donate. You can put a political bumper sticker on your private vehicle. And last one for what you can do. You can attend partisan and non-partisan political fundraising activities, meetings, rallies, debates, conventions, or activities as a spectator when not in uniform and when no inference or appearance of official sponsorship, approval, or endorsement can reasonably be drawn. All right, let's move on to what you can't do. So a member, and this is all active duty, okay? Active duty armed forces members cannot participate in partisan political fundraising activities, rallies, conventions, including making speeches, management of campaigns or debates, either on one's own behalf or on behalf of another, without respect to uniform or inference or appearance of official sponsorship, approval, or endorsement. Participation includes more than mere attendance as a spectator. You cannot do any sort of political activity of more than attending just as a spectator. Use official authority or influence to interfere with an election. You cannot serve in an official capacity with or be listed as a sponsor of a partisan political club. You cannot speak before a partisan political gathering, including any gathering that promotes a partisan political party, candidate, or cause. You cannot participate in any radio, television, or other program or group discussion as an advocate for or against a partisan political party, candidate, or cause. With that being said, I'm almost pretty sure that includes podcasts. You cannot march or riot in a partisan political parade. You cannot display a large political sign, banner, or poster, besides a bumper sticker, on a private vehicle. You cannot display a partisan political sign, poster, banner, or similar device visible to the public at one's residence, on a military installation, even if that residence is part of a privatized house developed. You can't attend partisan political events as an official representative of the armed forces unless you're the color guard. Those are all the things you can't do. All right, just everyone in general on active duty. You cannot do those things. Specifically, my commissioned officers that are watching this video. All right, paragraph 4.1.3. Commissioned officers shall not use contemptuous words as prohibited by Section 888 of reference or participate in activities prescribed by DoD directives, and then there's a lot of numbers. All right, so your girl looked up what Section 888 is. Section 888 is any commissioned officer who uses contemptuous words against the President, the Vice President, Congress, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of the Military Department, the Secretary of Homeland Security, or the governor or legislature of any state, commonwealth, or possession in which he is on duty or present shall be punished as a court-martial may direct. So if you are on active duty and you are a commissioned officer, this says to not say any contentious words on any official person in the government. And if you don't know what contemptuous means, it means manifesting, feeling, or expressing deep hatred or disapproval. All right? This is from Merriam-Webster.com. All right? So that we're all clear about that. Now, that only says commissioned officers. I don't know. I mean, so officers can't. I don't know if that means enlisted and NCOs can. You know, if I was enlisted or NCO, I wouldn't try it. That's just me. But it specifically says commissioned officers. And you know what? Like, I remember actually seeing that from my very first commander. When I first got in, he was like, I don't show any bias towards the president. And I remember thinking, that's so interesting, like, why is that? And he's like, well, because he's the president, he's our boss. Which I thought was really interesting, the way he described that. But now I understand where he's coming from. All of that was active duty. This next part is specifically for reserves and guardsmen, all right? So they can take action and participate in the activities that I just talked about, provided the member is not in uniform and does not otherwise act in a manner that could reasonably give rise to the appearance of official sponsorship, approval, or endorsement. Okay? So you can do all those things that we just talked about if you're reserves or guardsmen, but not if you're in uniform. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. It is probably the driest topic I've ever talked about on my channel, but I felt that it needed to be said, even if no one asked for it. I felt that politics, military, it all can be so tricky. And I would just hate for anyone to get in trouble with UCMJ. This is my way of contributing back to the military society as a civilian now. I hope you enjoyed this video, even if it was really dry. I hope it was informational and is helpful to somebody out there. So, if you don't agree with these things, please don't tweet me. Please don't DM me. Please don't email me. Please don't do any of those things, because I did not make this. This is a DoD directive and I'm just the messenger. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did find it helpful. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more videos from me. That's about it, guys. Here's all my social media, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.